Well, I had a bunch of other videos planned today, and I had a bunch of editing that I woke up intended to do and put out for you guys, but apparently I need to address first and foremost that the video we made yesterday about the XRP to USD trading pairs is actually based off fake news. Now, I'm sorry, that's fake news. And I found the article and I checked it a little bit, but obviously not well enough. And I woke up today to look at the tweet and a couple of you guys commenting that this was fake news. So I went to look into it, and there was a tweet by the CEO of Binance that says that while we can't predict the future, others keep attempting to do so. We're working with banks to potentially support fiat, but no plans for the USD in the short term and no XVG or XPR involved. My bad, my bad. Okay, good news and bad news. Which one do you want first? Bad news. Bad news is I was wrong, and that this is not true, and that means we're probably not going to see a price double inside of a week. Good news, it means that we hit a strong run, which means that people are receptive to good news for Ripple. We have Ripple running up by about 20% right now. It's about to break 90 cents. Honestly, I think it'll probably stay trending upward for another few hours until the news comes full circle that it's not going to be added to Binance as a trading pair to USD, and it might see a dip. Now, I'm not going to say you should sell or buy in any of these transitions because I just don't know specifically where the market's headed. I don't want to suggest you give up your position just to see it take off, and I don't want to suggest you don't give up your position because it might drop. It might literally half by tomorrow. Ripple could be 50 cents like the video said yesterday, and we said it's not going to happen. Looks like it's more likely to happen now that Ripple will drop back to 50 cents, finding resistance in the high 40s because of possibly the confusion and FUD and fake news surrounding Binance adding XRP to USD. And again, as I said, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this full time, so I don't have all my time and effort and resources to put into providing these videos for you guys. I am doing my best to try to keep these as relevant and new and as functional as possible. So I have a bunch of other coins that we're looking at because we want to hit some of those coins while they're cheap and we want to get some of those good returns. But I also want to be honest with you guys. I fucked up that news I made yesterday. I stayed up late trying to push out that last video because I thought it was exciting news, and I did look into it, but obviously not well enough. And then the tweet from the CEO of Binance this morning at like 5 a.m. was a big uh-oh, we need to go and correct this. Again, I don't think I'm going to pull that video because what we're talking about in that video is the fact that Binance adding ADA saw a huge surge. So Binance could add XRP to the BNB pair, Binance could add XRP to the USDT pair, or the fiat could actually come through on Binance, and they have not officially announced it perhaps, but like they said, they're working on that. It's in the pipeline, and again, that could come through in a sense. It's not official, but I would see that 100% return on Ripple happening as soon as they add that new pair to Binance. So they could add XRP to USD or XRP to BNB or XRP to USDT. Any of those trading pairs in my mind would bring back a resurgence in support. But as of right now, I'm almost afraid to say it, but I think that we might see Ripple peter off or drop drastically from this reversal, from this update, in fact, where Ripple is not going to be added directly to Binance as a USD pair, trading pair for fiat. Again, I can't say it enough. I'm sorry if that video misinformed you guys inside of the 6 hours or 7 hours, 8 hours it's been up. I'm sorry about that. Looking at the news that I had to address right away before I even go clock in and get my real work done, I had to call the boss and be like, I gotta do something really, I gotta fix this. I made a mess, I gotta fix this shit. So crypto exchange Binance is not adding the traded pair. It's denying the reports. The tweet by the Binance CEO says it's fake news. It's not happening. Understandably, this is a lot of what some of the issues with crypto is in general with crypto right now, is how quickly misinformation can swing a market. And it's kind of disheartening, but also very inspiring at the same moment that people were so willing to re-support XRP as they saw the potential of it rising in value. So instead of us saying it's going to double in a week, we're probably going to say it's going to drop. It's probably going to drop by 50%. And inside the next few days, we'll look at buying more. I'd said in my last few videos, I'm looking to purchase $500 worth of XRP, so this is good for me. I'd rather it be half the current price so I can buy twice as much. Again, I don't see this as real detrimental to the long-term resurgence of XRP value. In fact, this might be the last opportunity to get in below 50 cents if it even drops that low. And looking at what was happening in the last week with ADA pairing to BNB and their strong resurgence, we're going to put a little bit of Ripple news out here and there, but we're also going to do a couple videos about ADA and Stellar and a few other small coins that we really like that are popping right now. They're popping off. And I mainly made this video just to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. I made a mistake. I looked at some information and I did a little bit of research, but not enough, and I provided you with that information and it was not true. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a fiduciary, and I'm not here providing investment advice, but I am trying to provide you guys with relevant information that I'm looking at. I'm not trying to misinform myself. Again, I almost purchased a whole bunch of XRP today because I thought it's going to double with this news, and so I'm glad you guys gave me feedback and told me, hey, I appreciate you commenters that gave me feedback and said, hey bro, that's not right. That's not real news. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a moment to do some appreciative mentions for Mark Mainwaring. We like you, we like that guy. Thanks bro for giving us a heads up 20 minutes ago, fake news. At True79, they just said, this isn't accurate, they're working with the banks. He said, straight from the horse's mouth, this is not happening. Thanks, True79. Moneybags says XRP USD is not on finance at this time. Black05G01 says XRP to USD on Binance is false information. You should remove this video, it's spreading false information. Should I remove the video? I feel like it's at least informing people about the power of Binance and the pairing of ADA to BNB, the potential of the pairing for XRP to BNB or USD or USDT. I don't know. Should I pull the video? What do you guys think? A lot of people really don't like my cut-ins. I noticed that you guys really don't like these cut-ins that I put in there, and that's extra work for me. So if you guys don't like those, I won't do them anymore. This video has no cut-ins at all. XRP, they've done a good job of really kind of working with the current financial institutions and pulling themselves away from the pack of anarchy, resistance cryptos. So XRP in my mind looks like a really strong position no matter what the news is. No matter whether someone just made a new fake news article or a real news article telling you how real Ripple is, all you have to do is think about it. Ripple technology is a foundational platform. And people are like, well, no, it's not. Ethereum is. Well, Ethereum is right now. And Ethereum's doing great. I love Ethereum. Ethereum's great. But one of the things that we were talking about in our XRP to 250 video is the idea that Ripple, the ledger, XRP ledger, will be used as a foundational blockchain ledger for other big companies in the future. It's almost like the internet before the internet. And you're thinking, well, there's a bunch of blockchains out there. Yeah, there's a bunch of blockchains, but most of them aren't probably that good. And as soon as companies realize, like, our blockchain's not that good, we need to work with someone who's built a good blockchain, those foundational core blockchains will take off. And then as soon as people realize, well, like, we don't need to build our own blockchain, we just need to build application protocols that integrate multi-blockchains so they just kind of fit together and we have a functional system, a functional utility of the blockchain functioning as a foundation for other applications. That's how it's going to gain value. That people might not like. People might not like it because they're like, well, it's pre-mined. Well, I can't say it's working against the bank. It's not. It doesn't have enough of the resistance flavor for me. Well, that's too bad. I don't know. Too bad. Like, in reality, nobody knows, and that's a scary thing too for me. Is looking at the financial sector is that we have to look at who is really just taking steps in the positive forward direction at all times, making a strong effort to really hold true to what the intent of the project is. And that over and over again, it looks like Ripple. Over and over again, it looks like there's the big names that I like. Ripple's one of them. Binance is one of them. So when I saw Ripple and Binance together, I got excited. So I'm sorry that I presented this news yesterday that XRP would be paired to USD on Binance. It did seem pretty crazy when I was saying it, but now we know. 8 hours of misinformation later, I hope it hasn't negatively affected you too much. So I wasn't looking forward to making this video. I wasn't looking forward to coming and telling you guys, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I misinformed you, and here I am doing it. I'm just facing the bitterness. I'm not really excited about the fact that I failed you and myself, but I'm not necessarily admitting I'm a failure. And this is probably what we're going to take today's video as a small lesson in, which is you're not a failure when you fail once. You're only a failure when you stop trying. So I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up. XRP to USD is not happening, that we can see, but Binance is talking about adding fiat pairs. It's talking about adding some type of fiat on Binance. I wouldn't be surprised if they did move to put XRP into a pair with BNB or USDT now that this has happened. That alone could be a really strong move, but I don't think that they would announce that before it happened. So as much as I want to just go and take back my video, as much as I'd like to not have made a mistake, that's not how the world we live in. We make mistakes, we have to figure out how to move forward and do better next time. And whether it's making a better investment or whether it's making a better YouTube video, you can't just chalk it up to one failure and call it off, okay? We gotta pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, remember why we're out here in the first place, and keep taking those positive steps forward in the right direction. Now, I did that. I apologize again. I'm sorry I let you guys down. It won't happen again. And if it does, I'll make a video 8 hours later saying why it happened. That's all we're going to do for this video. XRP, I was wrong. Thanks for watching this video. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that like button if you haven't already. Give me some thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.